justice will be brought before man. Now you shall have to explain your whole lifespan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters in Islam, before the break we were talking about the hellfire, and so many things are in the hellfire is not even sufficient for us this episode to talk about. But this is the episode before last of the inevitable journey, and we have to just sum up some of these things. But I tell you right now, the heart trembles as we speak about these things, because it's just alarming. Because one of the things that's really alarming here is the fact that the people, the disbelievers, will stay there for eternity. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam told us this scene in a way that when the people of the hellfire are in the hellfire and the people of Jannah are in Jannah, Hadith AbuZaid al-Khudri and Hadith fi Muslim al-Imam Ahmad, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, with different wording. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that the death will be brought and placed in between the Jannah and the hellfire in a form of a ram with horns, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will command for that horned ram to be slaughtered, and then it will be said to the people of the hellfire, Ya ahlan nar, khulud, eternity, eternity. You cannot imagine the reaction of the people of the hellfire at this time, brothers and sisters in Islam. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, فَيَزْدَادُ أَهْلُ النَّارِ حُزْنًا إِلَى حُزْنِهِمْ أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. The people of the hellfire will increase in grief and sorrow, because there is no escape. Even death, akhi, even death, they cannot get it. Wishing to die, that's the one thing that they will have. Wishing to die, they will not be granted. They will call Abu Malik. Malik is the wording of the hellfire. وَنَادَوْا يَا مَالِكْ لِيَقْضِ عَلَيْنَا رَبُّكْ. Can you just, your Lord, make us die? What he will tell them? قَالَ إِنَّكُمْ مَاكِثُونَ. No, you're going to have to stay here for eternity. For eternity. For eternity. And this is the scary part about it. Can you imagine the word eternity? Think about that word eternity. There is no number there. Forever, forever, ever, ever. People burning in the hellfire. And you know what? After you get burned, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا سَوْفَ نُصْلِيهِمْ نَارًا. Look at this. كُلَّمَا نَضِجَتْ جُلُودُهُمْ بَدَّلْنَاهُمْ جُلُودًا غَيْرَهَا لِيَذُوقُوا الْعَذَابِ. When the skin gets burned, get worn out by the fire, they will be given another skin. In order to be what? To be punished. Their food is zaqum. Their food, they will eat from fire, ghislin, dariya. They will drink boiling water. And you know what? They will not have a choice. They may not say, no, I'm not hungry, I don't want to eat. No, you will eat. You will eat. You're going to have to eat. You will be forced to eat. For what, akhi? For what, brothers and sisters in Islam? For what will you just cause yourself to inherit this burning, blazing fire? This is condemned place for this dunya, for some of the pleasures of this dunya. Wallahi akhi, wallahi sisters, I love you for the sake of Allah. Listen to what the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said. Here you are running, here you are rushing, sacrificing Jannah, giving up Jannah for this world. Look, this world that you're running after, brothers and sisters in Islam, is going to cause you to inherit the hellfire. Brothers and sisters in Islam. And I speak also to the non-Muslims. Become a Muslim, akhi. Become a Muslim and become a brother in Islam. Come on. At least a Muslim will be taken out of the hellfire. But you as a non-Muslim, eternity in the hellfire. Brothers and sisters in Islam, here is what the pleasures of this world will seem to you. في صحيح الإمام مسلم حديث أنس بن مالك رضي الله عنه. Listen to this. يؤتى بأنعم أهل الأرض من أهل النار. The person who led the most luxurious life ever in this world, but he is a dweller of the hellfire, will be brought in the day of resurrection. Look at this. فَيُغْمَسُ غَمْسَةً وَاحِدَةً فِي النَّارِ. He will be dipped only one time. One dip. I'm not saying he will stay there for eternity. You know, one dip in the hellfire. And then he will be asked, هَلْ رَأَيْتَ نَعِيمًا قَطْ. Did you see pleasures before this? Did you have any enjoyment before this? He will say, La wallah ya Rab. Forgotten, forgotten, forgotten. Brothers and sisters in Islam, Shaitan is the one who's purifying these whims and these desires for you. Shaitan is the one who is leading you to this Look at him in the day for, look at him in the hellfire. Did you know that Shaitan is going to deliver a khutbah to his followers in the hellfire? Do you know that? And actually this khutbah is in the Quran, in Surah Ibrahim. Huh? You want to hear it? You want to hear how Shaitan will let you down? How Shaitan will disappoint you? The Shaitan who is beautifying this world for you? The Shaitan who is beautifying the pleasures and the whims? The Shaitan is turning you away from praying your 5 daily prayers. The Shaitan is turning you sisters from wearing your hijab. The Shaitan is turning you brothers from working for Allah and serving the deen of Allah. Look what he will say. He will be addressing his followers in the hellfire. وَقَالَ الشَّيْطَانُ لَمَّا قُضِيَ الْأَمْرِ. And Shaitan will address them when everything is decreed. إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَعَدَكُمْ وَعْدَ الْحَقِّ. Allah has promised you the promise of truth. Allah has promised you Jannah. Allah has told you about Jannah. Allah has told you also that the hellfire is the place that you need to stay away from. وَوَعَدْتُكُمْ. And I promised you. But you know what? I'm sorry, I broke my promise. فَأَخْلَفْتُكُمْ. I'm sorry. But you know what? Hey, وَمَا كَانَ لِي عَلَيْكُمْ مِنْ سُلْطَانٍ. I did not beat you in your hands. I had no power over you. All what I did is what? إِلَّا أَنْ دَعَوْتُكُمْ. I only whispered to you. I only hinted to you. فَاسْتَجَبْتُمْ لِي. وَمَا كَانَ لِي عَلَيْكُمْ مِنْ سُلْطَانٍ إِلَّا أَنْ دَعَوْتُكُمْ فَاسْتَجَبْتُمْ لِي. And you listen to me. I whisper to you and you listen to me. فَلَا تَلُومُونِي. Blame me not. وَلُومُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Blame yourselves. And you know what? If you blame me, if we work the blame game, the blaming game, it's not going to help us. مَا أَنَا بِمُصْرِخُكُمْ. I will not be able to help you now. وَمَا أَنْتُمْ بِمُصْرِخِي. And nor you will be able to help me. Because I'm already doomed. I'm already in the hellfire. مَا أَنَا بِمُصْرِخُكُمْ وَمَا أَنْتُمْ بِمُصْرِخِي. إِنَّ الظَّالِمِينَ لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. Brothers and sisters in Islam, come on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed inside you a brain that you can process with. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent to you Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam with the guidance that can make you stay away from this, the hellfire. Brothers and sisters in Islam, the people of the hellfire, as a reaction to what they are enduring, eating from fire, drinking from fire, even the clothes. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma says, تبارك الله الذي خلق لأهل النار ثيابا من النار. Glorified Allah who created, who made for the people, the dwellers of the hellfire, clothes from the fire. Clothes from the fire. والذين كفروا فالذين كفروا قطعت لهم ثياب من نار. Those who disbelieve, they tailored, clothes that are tailored from the hellfire. يصب من فوق رؤوسهم الحميم. The heat, the boiling water will be poured in their water, in their head. يقطع فيهما في يصب من فوق رؤوسهم الحميم. And the verse in Surah Al-Hajj. Brothers and sisters in Islam, the hellfire is a place that you don't want to be at. The dwellers of that hellfire, brothers and sisters in Islam, will be in a desperate condition to the extent that they will tear. There's a hadith out there that their tears will be sufficient for a ship to sail in. A ship. Brothers and sisters in Islam, even once they go through this, they will actually remember the dwellers of Jannah. They will beg them. وَنَادَى أَصْحَابُ النَّارِ أَصْحَابَ الْجَنَّةِ. See the disbelievers who are killing the Muslims, who are killing the believers, who will making fun out of them. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ أَجْرَمُوا كَانُوا مِنَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا يَضْحَكُونَ وَإِذَا مَرُّوا بِهِمْ يَتَغَامَزُونَ. Indeed, those who transgressed, they used to make fun out of the believers. And they used to mock them. Look at him, he has a beard. Look at her, she's wearing a hijab. Look, he prays 5 times a day. Come on, man. He has nothing. She has nothing better. She's not beautiful, that's why she's wearing. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ أَجْرَمُوا. That's why she's not wearing her hijab. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ أَجْرَمُوا كَانُوا. They used to make fun out of the believers in this dunya. Look at them in the day of resurrection, in the hellfire. وَنَادَى أَصْحَابُ النَّارِ أَصْحَابَ الْجَنَّةِ. The dwellers of the hellfire will call upon the dwellers of Jannah. أن أفيضوا علينا من الماء أو مما رزقكم الله. Can you please give us some water or some of the things that Allah bestowed upon you? Look at the reaction. قالوا إن الله حرمهما على الكافرين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made these things that we're having in paradise haram. Haram for the disbelievers to have, for the dwellers of the hellfire to have. Brothers and sisters in Islam, if I sit here for another 5-6 episodes, I will still talk about the hellfire from the Quran and from the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. The hellfire is a fact, is a reality, is a place where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will punish those who disobeyed the messengers, will punish those who followed their desires, will punish those who decided to choose this world over the hereafter. It is your call to make now. I'm sharing this with you. I know it's a little bit heavy. It's heavy on me, just sharing it with you. But it should drive us to work. يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة عليها ملائكة غلاظ شداد لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. O ye who believe, save yourselves, save your families from a hellfire, the fuel of which people and stones. That hellfire will be guarded by angels that are stern, tough. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fashioned them to scare you, to guard you. ملائكة غلاظ شداد. They will not disobey Allah, and they do what they are commanded to do, is to make the disbelievers taste the punishment and the punishment in the hellfire. It is your call, akhi. It is your call, brothers and sisters in Islam. It is your call. The last episode of the inevitable journey, inshaAllah, we will talk about Jannah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The scale of justice will be broke before man. Now you shall have to explain your whole lifespan. What you did in the open and what you concealed. From big to small shall today be revealed. Your deeds shall then